How are y'all doing this morning? My name is Chris Capper. We're in sunny Fountain, Colorado at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. And today we're going to be talking about the 2023 Newmar Canyon Star 3947. This is going to be stock number 5N, as in November, 5N220622. And I would like to, first of all, because a lot of you guys want to get that information straight up front about what this has. So this is going to have the Newmar Freightliner engine, or the Freightliner engine chassis right here. It's a Cummins B6.7, 340 horsepower. You're going to get 700 foot-pounds of torque to be able to tow what you need to behind there. Total GVWR is 32,000 pounds on this. We have a 6-speed Allison 2500 transmission, 80-gallon fuel tank, and you'll see that 10-gallon def tank in a little bit. Also, these shocks are going to be Sachs custom-tuned shocks. Up front, you'll see we have the Michelin XZE2. 22.5-inch 14-ply tires are 275 by 80R on front and back. So on the warranty on this, you're going to have 1 year full warranty from Newmar on everything on the house side. And now the chassis side, where it really gets baked in, 3 years, 50,000 miles on that drive train chassis. Engine is going to be 3 years, 75,000 miles. Battery is 1 year, 100,000 miles. Corrosion and bright work, 6 months unlimited for bright work. And frame rails and cross member, 5 years, 100,000 miles. So if you want to have the best toy hauler motorhome out there in the industry, bar none, objectively speaking, you're going to want to get this Canyon Star. So you'll notice opening this up, all your fluid levels, everything's super easy to check right here. What you're probably noticing right now is, okay, this is a diesel RV, but why are you showing me the engine in the front? This is a front engine diesel. Because this is a toy hauler, we can't really put that engine in the back because that's where your fun's gonna go, right? So you're gonna put your side-by-side, your golf carts, your motorcycles, all of that stuff. This right here is going to have that Diamond Shield PPF film on that, which is, especially in Colorado, there are rocks everywhere. And if you're going to get out there in nature, you're going to get hit with rocks. What this is going to do is help mitigate some of that damage. And right behind that is this beautiful BASF paint. I love blue. So this is a gorgeous blue right here. This is called, let me just pull that up real quick. This is the Hyannis graphics package. We also have the Hyannis decor inside, and when we get in there, you'll see the Amaret maple. So here are those beautiful aluminum Durabrite rims and these beautiful Michelin tires right here. Come in here, there's that 10-gallon def and tons of battery right there, so you can power this coach when you're going out, getting off-road. If you're in Moab, taking the side-by-side out there with this AK generator, plus the huge tanks you have. Speaking of tank sizes, I'll let you know this is a 39-foot, 11-inch coach. 80-gallon fuel tank, as we mentioned, 75-gallon freshwater tank, 60-gallon gray, 40-gallon black, and the propane is huge. 106-pound or 25-gallon propane tank. So you're going to be able to take this where you want to go, take your toys out there, take your family out there, and really have some fun. All right, and the latching mechanisms on here are great. Newmar really puts a lot of effort into making sure that everything is working. Insulated doors. That's our Onan Quiet Diesel 8,000 watt generator. Best in class model. You should expect nothing else from Newmar. So right here is going to be our Truma AquaGo. This right here is German engineered. And I'm just going to leave it. You have this is a hybrid. So it some instant on hot water water heaters, when they're up at 9,000 feet higher altitudes, they really have some difficulty getting your water hot. With this right here, you have a small tank in there that is constantly mixing the water that's coming in with the superheated water that this is making to put out the temperature that you have asked it to. so you don't have those issues when you're at high altitude like you would with some other devices that are on other brands. Some storage here, more storage here. You got your water systems back there, water pump back here. This is where you're going to do your winterization. You just stick this tube back in your winterizing fluid, do some stuff here, and if you don't have us do that for you, it's really easy to do. If you do bring that to Transwest, which Transwest is a Newmar Diamond Award winning service dealership, we will actually warranty that service for you. So if anything were to happen and something were to break in the winter because we missed something, we're going to fix that for you. Moving forward right here, you can see we have a whole house water filter on the left, and this is just a really well thought out wet bay right here. You've got your hot and water shower there, black tank sewage rinse, your freshwater city connection, your fill valve right there. You've got on the lower right, you're going to have your low point drains to be able to evacuate the water from your drains. So all really nice. Let me get some of these shut. I'm getting ahead of myself here, guys, having a little too much fun with you guys. So notice this right here. Most motorhomes today, especially the other brand that is doing this, or other brands that are out there, will have these below your sewer drains, below the actual coach. Which, if you're taking this where you want to take this because you got your side-by-sides or your motorcycles and you're going to take your family out there, isn't it comforting to know that Newmar's actually brought these up out of the way from hitting any rocks below the coach? So it's just one of those things that Newmar thinks about to protect that from for you. And just to make your camping trip a little bit more fun, a lot less worry. So more storage right here. And so even with this, so you've got your diesel fuel fill right here, full body paint, and everything's perfectly matched. This is just your sewer hose storage area, full body paint, perfectly matched. Everything is just covered. All these are sealed, really good seals too. All these compartments lock individually or in unison. So here we have our Vector fuel pump. So you can actually turn this on. There's a switch inside, have that on too, and fill that up at the gas station. And then use this to fill your side-by-side, your motorcycle, or whatever you're having fun with today. This is open to the elements, so if there's any dripping or anything, you're not gonna worry about it creating a spill in there. So just more fun for your family. So you can extend that vacation out there a little bit longer without having to make all these extra runs to the gas station. So right here we have a surge guard on our automatic transfer switch. And what that means is in the old days, and even on some of the less expensive coaches, you've actually got to get in there. If you're going to run that generator, you have to plug your cord into the generator switch right there. We don't have to do that anymore. This has a surge protector on it, so if there does happen to be a surge that comes from the campground, you're going to be protected. And here's why we're here, right? I mean, we all love a Freightliner chassis, we love a Newmar motorhome, but the ones of us that are going out with our bikes, we want to be able to easily get up this ramp. So we have a nice curvature up this ramp. A lot of ramps have spots where your bike can actually bottom out where that curve is. Sometimes they're angular. If you have an angular piece there, especially on a ramp like this or even in there, you could actually bottom that out, so then you have to pick it up to get it over. Newmar has thought ahead of time. They've engineered this properly. You can get your vehicles up in there. And then while we're up in there, we got a spot for the kids, because you're probably, if you got kids, you're going to take them out, or if you got some extra adult friends you're coming with, an extra little spot to have fun there. This right here is basically a queen size bed. My wife and I could easily fit in there, no issues at all. There's a ladder to get in there on the other side, but I kind of wanted to point this out. We've got this L channel, and you've got the little D-rings that fit in there. So what that enables you to do is, if you, for example, this has already got the holsters for the bikes, the front tires that are lock in there. But then you also have these pieces that are attached to the actual chassis, and you can secure your side-by-side or your motorcycle quickly, easily, and without an issue. We've got 3 windows in this right here. So everything is easy to open. We've got these little snaps. So if you or your kids want to sleep in a little bit, just keep those closed. Or if you're trying to keep the heat out, it's another way. And then right here, we've got this piece right here will open up. We have one here and one up there. And what that does is that vents the fumes. So you can see one down here. And if we look up to the left, Nick, on the top, you can see one up top. So when you're driving and you've got your fun vehicles back here and they've got the combustible fuel, you'll have both of these open, and that air will actually come down in here, swirl around, and get sucked out this way. So it's going to make this a lot cleaner environment for you and whoever is sleeping in here. And we also have a nice screen, an electric screen that comes down. I'll show you when we get around to the other side how that works. So pretty exciting, isn't it? It's just the Freightliner's 340 horsepower tag right there. I'm a big fan of Freightliner. So just more storage space, and then an extra area to the back. So you really have 3 ways to get into this coach. Up the ramp, right directly into the garage, which is great. If your kids are having fun out there, they don't have to run through everywhere in the coach to get back in here, especially if they're a little dirty or something. They can actually come straight up in here. And if you'll see right in that corner right there, that is our dryer vent location. So we have this prepped for washer and dryer. Now you may not need a washer and dryer in there. It might take a little extra, too much room for what your needs are, but you know, maybe when you're ready to get a new Canyon Star or a different motorhome, you'll be able to increase your resale value, because there's some people that would actually like that, to put the washer and dryer there, because some people just use this as a kid's room. All your controls are going to be right here. So your fuel pump, as I said, you can get it in here. We have a fantastic fan straight above us, and then there's also a Dometic air conditioner in here as well. So this room can be independently controlled by this piece right here. And then just lots of nice, this is all really nice woodwork. Newmar is famous for their woodwork. The same people who make the $1.7 million King Air also made this. Bluetooth ability on your radio. You can play this inside and outside. Samsung HD TV. Big speakers up here, big speakers out here. It's really a quality coach. And something that Newmar does that not everybody pays as much attention to is insulation. So this right here is a residential wall insulation, and they're using C-channel, so they can actually tuck that insulation directly into the C-channel, which is what other manufacturers cannot do. And where there are some points where you can't tuck something insulation in there, on the inside of that, we'll put 5/8 inch of bead foam insulation. So if there is not a window or a door, there will be at least one form of insulation everywhere on this coach. And even the bottom of this garage is insulated. That's something that I remember back in the day, and I'm not sure if it's still happening. Certain manufacturers were kind of overlooking that aspect of it. So close this. And I'll just point out, like, these windows right here, these are all frameless windows. Every single window, whether it's in the door or on the wall, is going to be framed, and there's going to be gussets around that. So every single window is put in place, perfectly framed. There's some manufacturers that will just cut, and I've seen this personally, they just cut into the wall, stick the window in there, and then glue it in place. I don't think that's going to give you that 20-year lifespan that a lot of people are making this investment into. So With this right here, we have the InterVac tools. So you have a whole house vacuum on this right here. You can take that inside and vacuum from the very front to the very rear of the coach. Again, more storage area. 40,000 BTU furnace, Suburban. Suburban is a very quality, in fact, I don't know who's better than Suburban on furnaces. More storage area here, GFCI outlets right here. This is where your InterVac master station is, and that's where you can empty your bag there. And I'm going to open this next one, but you might see it better from here. Yeah, I think you can see it better from here, Nick. So if you'll see, you have this is your potable water tank, that 75-gallon tank that I told you about. You notice where it's not underneath the coach, exposed to the elements. So Newmar's actually raised that off of this piece right here with this wood, and you can access what you need to the right. There's your cutoff valves, and this has a piece of insulation. This is insulated as well, and then you have all the seal around it. So Newmar's tagline is, when you know the difference, and that is what Newmar, through their 54, 56 years that they've been in business, really since 1968, their engineers have really looked out for everybody to kind of figure out what works best for their customers. They have their engineers and their employees take these out, take them camping, figure out how they can make them better and bring those back in. Here's that massive propane tank, 106 pound, 25 gallons. I could probably barbecue for a decade with that. And this is a really cool compartment. So notice this is actually coming up. So with this right here, you've got your Xantrex inverter. You can actually get access to your chassis fuses and whatnot here. We've got GFC, we have an outlet right here, and we have two USB chargers right there, USB-A controllers, but check this out. So I can actually bring this down, and guess what? It's time to rock and roll. You have access to your receiver right here. You can control where this is going. You can Bluetooth into this, more USB outlets, and then you have your Samsung high definition TV right there. So you can go out there, have a lot of fun, watch TV. If you want to see that game, but you're going to be out there, well, guess what? We have a satellite on this baby, and you can watch the game while you're out in the middle of Moab. Super easy to work with, and that's going to bring us inside, so let's go in. And I'm going to let Nick go up front and just give you a view from the front looking straight down, so you can see the walking space that you have in this while this is going down the road, or when all your slides are in. Okay, so what's important to notice is I can get into my bathroom right here. I can access my refrigerator, and I can access my freezer, and I can access my bed and everything here. So let's go ahead and put this full wall slide out. So this is a full wall slide up to the garage, obviously. So everything from this nice Eurobooth dinette all the way to the master bedroom, everything on that's going to be going out. Now, as this going out, I'd like to point out that Newmar invented the slide back in 1988. They put it on their first fifth wheel product, which they no longer make anymore, in 1989. And then they also put that on the first motorhome product in 1994. So it's been out for quite a while. Newmar has like some of the fewest warranty issues on their slides than any other manufacturer out there. So I'm going to be putting this bed slide out, but while I'm doing this, let me show you this piece right here. So this right here is kind of the brains of the coach. So right here I can see everything. So I got full LP, everything else is all my tanks are at 0. Gray tank probably has a little bit of winterization fluid in it. I can see my house and chassis batteries, water pump, tank heat. So again, I can heat those tanks if it's cold outside. I can actually come in here and look at my lights here. If I click here, and then I can click on so this is my outdoor area, garage lights are on, living room, I can turn these on or off as necessary. And so I can just access all these. Obviously, I've already done that for you. HVAC system, super easy. We've got 2 air conditioners in here, and then of course we have that one in the garage. That's a total of 3. And I can turn this on here. Mode cool, auto, heat pump, so they do have a heat pump, and then furnace. And then you can just run the fan. So that's pretty cool. And then on this one, same thing. Let's see if it has a heat pump. It does. So you have heat pumps on both of your interior air conditioners. Your generator, that 8,000 watt Cummins generator right here, it does have the ability to set your HVAC, AGS, auto gen start. You can do it, set your quiet times here. I can set it all up right here. So my house batteries get too low, I can say, well, when they get down to 12 volts, I can charge that right there. Chassis battery, same thing. And here's where I set my quiet time. So at the campsite, if they say this has to be, your generator can't be on after 10 or on before 8, that's how you would do that. Okay, so pretty standard, but the cool thing is that you can actually Bluetooth straight into this, and then you can control these things from your phone. So I've just had a lovely couple buy a Dutch Star, very similar piece right here. I connected her to this system, and she was able to access everything directly to her phone. So we've already kind of shown you this spot right here, but you can get a little bit better of a view of the top of that from here. And then after that, we're just going to stick to the inside of the coach, forward of the garage. All righty. So this right here is a queen. And you'll notice in here, we have an extra, this is for your, if you want to sleep, have the kids sleep on that Euroboot dinette, they can do that, or that booth style dinette. And all this storage space up here, but I like to point this out. I know it's on all of them, but not, it's on all the Newmars. You have a GFCI outlet right there. So if you have to have a CPAP machine, you can actually plug it in there, and then you can actually plug 2 in if you have 2. There are little ports underneath here that the hose will come down, and then you can wear that without any issue. And then we also have additional 110 outlet and 2 USB outlets right here, and then just a little cubby hole for what you want. Maybe you just want to plug your phone in there, keep it up there, put some remotes in there, just maybe Kleenex or something. Here we have our multi-use compartment. So if you really want to hang, if you're someone who likes to hang stuff up, you can actually take these out completely, or you can drop them lower, or take one out and then leave this one here, and you can hang stuff up there. But if you're not someone who wants to hang anything up, you can actually use these, and these are fully adjustable shelving. You can use these to put what you want in there, how you like it. So Newmar just gives you the ability to choose how you want to camp. They don't tell you how to do it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers here. So these are really deep drawers. They come all the way out, and then all of these are going to be this, get a little bit more room on those right there. And these are all nicely finished too, so they're not just like some cheap drawers. Soft close drawers on everything. You'll notice we have a nice Samsung 4K TV here. And if I might have said high def on some of the other ones, I meant 4K. So this right here, you can actually hook directly into the living room TV. You can also, because this has a satellite on it, you can get an extra satellite dish and put that in here so you can watch satellite TV in your bedroom. I'm really mainly a streamer, so I would put a Starlink up there and just stream what I wanted to watch. So you have another outlet here. We've got just outlets everywhere in this, it seems like. And you'll notice we've got our return and exhaust for our HVAC system. So this is going to be that bedroom. Notice where these are. These go straight down the front, all the way to the front of the coach. Everything is straight down the center. And the reason it's straight down is when your slides are closed, it's actually putting the air out on one side and it's making a nice convection current. So I'll come over here and you'll just kind of see how those come out. Even this beautiful little woodwork right here, that's also your HVAC system is right behind that. But before we get too far, let me show you this. So the reason I can open this with that slide is shut is because of this nice center swivel right here that Newmar has on these doors. So it's a lot easier to get in and out. So looking at here, we have a nice radial shower. But what's unique about this radial shower is, thankfully it's just a one-piece system, but we also have this nice teak seat. And this folds down, so if you don't want to sit down on that, you can just fold that out of the way, and that gets out of the way. You also have a little access vent right here. So when you're traveling, it is really essential that this right here is locked and you hear that click. So those are just some really cool lights, man. We have a nice max air fan right there. And that's gonna pull all that humidity out of there. Or if you just had a little too many burritos last night, it's gonna pull that out too. GFCI outlet right here. This is where, if you're having an issue with your GFCI outlets on any parts of the coach, this is where you reset them. Really cool modern design. Sink, again, we've got this nice corian all throughout the coach and this really nice backsplash. Place for your hand towels. And then I'm gonna stay low. Well, this is your medicine cabinet. I'll show you this. Medicine cabinet, so tons of medicine cabinet, but I'll stay low for you, Nick, here. So if you look right here, so these are your fuses. Everything is perfectly labeled. So if you have an issue with, let's see, awning, if the awning isn't, you can look at F2, find out where F2 is, and replace that awning, replace that fuse. Some spare fuses here, always recommend extras. And then on this side, check this out. So everything is perfectly labeled. So if you're having an issue with your refrigerator, well, you know, well, it's gonna be these guys right here. So this is gonna be all your alternating current 110. It's gonna be all your 12-volt direct current. And excuse me, I said max air, that's a fantastic air fan. And you have a little controller on here. So, sorry, I'll get out of your way. And then let's switch spots so you can see this. So we have right here ice maker and then a refrigerator. This is 10 cubic feet. You don't have to worry about that propane stuff. This is a compressor-based refrigerator, so that's gonna get up to the temperature or get down to the temperature really quick. Here's that nice hidden drawer right here that you can put your cutting boards in or whatever. Full convection bake microwave oven. This is just about the size that I have in my house. It's a residential size. And then this corian actually comes to make the backsplash right here. 3-burner propane LP system to cook. This is your silverware drawer. Right now we have all the remotes in this. This is going to be the paint samples from the day that this paint was actually mixed. So that should match perfectly. If you ever get a little rock hit or something, a scratch, this should match perfectly. We did opt to add the kitchen window in here. So we have lots of drawers right here, a little bit deeper of a drawer. This is great for your pots and pans right here. And then a ton of drawers right here. So this is the lower size, and then the middle size is like this. Sponge drawer right here. And then in here, we've got your under counter storage right there and your trash can. And then you can also access that from this spot. So, nice modern sink. It's got the spray and the flow. And then double stainless steel sinks absolutely gorgeous. And then we have right behind that sink a little lip. So if your kids are getting a little bit too crazy with cleaning the dishes, which makes it fun for them, you're not gonna have to worry about that running over. So nice little pantry area. So you can get a lot of your food items stored there. And remember when we talked about that vacuum cleaner? So this is a spot where you can just, if you're sweeping, you can sweep it right into that dustpan and then just shut that. And then right here, this is where you would plug in your vacuum cleaner hose attachments right there. And that'll go from the very rear garage all the way to the front cab. So again, so we've got these matching lights that we saw in the bathroom. They're all throughout the coach. I really like that design. What that does is, that's LED obviously, and that just helps disperse that light in kind of a nice decorative way. These are your awnings, on, off, extend, retract. I can turn my engine block heater on right here. These are the Truma AquaGo settings. Pretty simple. I've got my clean setting, on and off, eco, and then extra heat right here, boost heat. Slide out control, power control system here, and this is your Xantrax inverter. So obviously we have an inverter on this. You saw it outside. That's going to help with where your CPAPs plug in, also that refrigerator, and a few other spots. And so we talked about your HVAC system here. You'll see like these pieces right here, you can actually just unscrew that, that pops right out, and then you can just clean those off. What I would say is, after if you can look at that and see if it's starting to get dusty, you just take that out, put it in your sink, spray it, tap it dry, pop it back in there, and you're good to go. Again, it's going straight down the middle. More places to store. So this is going to be where you're going to put your satellite box, whether that's a DirecTV or a Dish Wally. That's where you're going to store that. And then we have a sound bar right here, which really, they sound amazing. I can't really just show you right now. Or actually, you can put your, I guess that's where you put your satellite. Okay, so that's actually, this is pretty cool. So that is your HDMI to network cable right here. So that's what takes that signal throughout the coach. Got a little ahead of myself, guys. And so this is that kind of, it's similar to a Euroboot dinette right here. And this will come down, so, and then that piece will go right on there so your kids can sleep. You've got two nice pieces that come out. We've got seat belts in here. That comes out too. This right here is like a another sleeper right here. Try not to make this too long, so I'm trying to get through this. And then we have all of this storage right here. So 2-level storage. Most of these you're just going to see a single level, kind of like we have on this side. But we have a ton of storage up here. And let's get to the very front cab area. So a little storage right there and some more storage right here. So this right here is your satellite power. This is where it's going to search, stow, etc. And then you have your another 4K TV right here. Curtains that go down here, here, and here. This is pretty cool. If you don't want it, this just comes right out. But if you have an iPad or a Galaxy Tab or Google Pad, whatever they're called, you can actually just plug those right into here. So pretty cool. Charging station right here, little map light if you want to read what's going on. I don't know who uses maps anymore, but they're always good to have. We have an outlet right here as well, and a USB outlet right here. So you can charge your phones, you can charge your laptop. There's more USB outlets right there. These are electric seats, so you can actually control both passenger and driver seat. These do also turn around, so these seats can become part of the family gathering right here. So let me get my keys. And that's what I like to see. See my hat? It's Freightliner. Been to the factory. Freightliner custom chassis. Just great, great guys out there. So So with this right here, full telescoping wheel right here, or tilt. I like to have it kind of low. Pop this down so I'm not right up on it. I can adjust both of my mirrors from right here. Heated mirrors. I've got a one-stage exhaust brake, which is great if you're going down the mountain. We've got some 6.5%, 7% grades on I-70 here in the Rockies here. So I would definitely have that on. But what's cool with this Allison 6-speed transmission, and this is the traditional way that most people who have driven diesels are used to. So we've got this right here. I can actually program, like it'll show how many gears, which will be 6 right here. Make sure I got that. So if I put that in drive, it shows I have 6 gears and I'm in the first gear. But if I'm going down, I can actually program that, like I'm not gonna go higher than the first gear. I can program that I'm not to go higher than the 4th gear. So if I'm going down a 6% grade, I'm probably gonna keep that in a number 4 right there. Another good thing, never go from drive to reverse, always go in between to the neutral. So that's all I'm going to show you on that. I'll turn this off. So a little different than a diesel pusher. In a diesel pusher, you have that engine. It could be the same 340 horsepower engine, but that's all the way 32 feet behind you, right? This engine is going to be right here. So these engines are a little bit noisier, but this gives us the capability of getting up those 6% grades with our side-by-side in there, 2,700 pound side-by-side in there, and getting where we need to go. So perfect utilization of all of what Freightliner has. Newmar has just put everything together great here. Got a little bit of storage right here. You can access your shades, everything from right here. So I think that's pretty much it. So let me just come over here and get this. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I think there's one thing I missed. So this has somewhere around, I don't have it written down, I apologize for that, somewhere around 6,000 pounds that you can put in this in total. So, but once again, this is the Newmar 2023 Newmar Canyon Star front engine diesel, 3947. The stock number on this is 5N220622. We're in Fountain, Colorado at Transwest off of exit 128, about a quarter mile west of that. My name is Chris Capper. I really appreciate you coming out and seeing me today. My phone number is 813-333-2988, and you can also reach me via email at chris.capper@transwest.com. Thank you so much for coming out today, and have a great day.